interesting stuff here.
Yeah.
On this desk. So let's talk about a much more Catholic subject here today. And I mean, one everybody will enjoy. So when was the last time you made a transfer error? Mike,
Like transaction error?
Exactly. When was the last time you made a transfer error? Like big money transfer to one person. Maybe like your mechanic and transfer.
I don't think I've ever.
I mean, I can't go.
So I used to make those kind of errors.
It's happened to me before, but I was lucky. So not really recent, about 2 years ago. So in my banking app, it's alphabetical. All your it's an alphabetical thing. So the first name at the top just happened to have been clicked. So it had already gone through, and I was just very eager to send, and I just pressed send.
And then,
so the money went. I was able to retrieve it because it was actually Abayomi Owokpe that I sent it to. It was his name was right there, AB. It was the first name on the list, but, and he looked at me like,
why did you send me money?
So why did you send me money? I was like, so he rubbed it in a bit. It gave me like 2 hours to think about it, and then now sent it back.
I'll tell you why
I think it was a nice lesson. Why for me?
Lesson. But I'll tell you why this came up. Yeah. So yesterday there was this very interesting video that I saw about this guy who was trying to send someone money and then sent it to the wrong recipient. Sent it to his girlfriend, about ₦1 million, and then she refused to return it back.
Wow.
And in fact, it went on to the extent that she and her boyfriend, her real boyfriend this time, actually wanted to not return the money and even go through some diabolical means to keep the money.
Wow.
By calling Babalao to make him forget it. But that's not the main subject.
Wow.
The main subject is, I'm wondering, why is it impossible to retrieve such monies that are sent in error? Why can't the banks at least, why can't we have like a buffer?
Spend it in error. So if that was possible.
No, but it should be possible. It's like emails, for instance. Why can't you retrieve, well, you can retrieve emails if they are
you can
30
unsend.
seconds gone.
You can unsend it, I guess.
Only within 30 seconds. But I'm thinking the same thing should be for monies that you send in error.
I don't have banking apps.
You don't? Why?
Do you have ATM?
Is giving
Doesn't have ATM.
no, it's giving me headache.
No, but
An
that
ATM
is,
card. She
that
doesn't
is a
have an
way
ATM card.
to actually curb it. So
Because I am an impulsive buyer,
Oh, you don't have to
shopaholic.
anything.
It does, Mike.
It hasn't
Trust
stopped
me,
anything.
It does. Relatively.
Relatively.
you're through saying that.
Yeah, but I mean, but to a large extent, it has really, really, really helped me. Okay. So I have 2 accounts, or like 3, but 2 major accounts that I use. Yeah, basically. I have one that I use on a regular. Then the other one where I have like money in. I don't have an ATM card for that one.
You don't have a card. You don't have banking apps.
Yes.
How do you use the account?
Husband.
I go to the, oh, that's
Honey, I need to so and so.
wow.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's not the case actually. So when I think of the stress of going to the bank, especially in this pandemic,
you can do
I'm
without
like,
it.
we'll be fine. We'll be all right. But, so for now, I've been, so then I was introduced to transfer codes, which, and then sometimes I'm like, I hope it doesn't work. In my mind, like, I pray it doesn't
You hope
work.
it doesn't work. So I think you're kind of old school in that area.
Yeah.
You don't want tech to manage your money for you.
That's a nice way.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Mike will probably have some advice for you.
No, I don't have advice. Well,
You're the tech guy. You're the tech guy.
Advice, okay.
You're the tech guy.
So today, later on today, we'll be talking a bit about scam and elderly people and scams and online scams and all of that. So the point is you're more susceptible to errors. Like you said, when technology is involved. If you're going to the bank, I mean, it's going to be rare for you to go to the bank because you have a teller.
Such an error.
You have a teller. You write the person's name. So it's going to be harder for you to make an error. But it's part of the things that come with technology. But then that's why some would ask you for authentication. When you put it in, you see the name.
To pick with the bank apps.
And
I was getting to that when you mentioned apps.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you don't use these apps. I've once sent a huge amount of money twice before. I didn't get an alert until after I had left the place, gotten home and realized I had sent a huge amount of money twice. And even after I left there, it was assumed that I hadn't paid.
Wow.
But it left my bank app, my account 2 good times. Retrieving the money, don't get me started. We couldn't.
Wow.
We couldn't. We first of all had to go back to the place and say, okay, this went on They had to go to their own banks on a weekend, first of all, try and find out if it actually got into their account. It lasted for a week. It was the worst financial experience I had ever had.
Wow.
I'm not looking forward to having
So
mine was, if we're talking about experiences, it was an ATM. I was about traveling. And then I needed something, so I don't know whether it was the ticket I was trying to buy. See, it was either the ticket or there was something I needed to buy. And so it was not so much, it was just 20K. But it was after that time that I stopped using, I tried my best to always use the ATM for the bank card I'm using.
Yeah, that helps.
It was very, very urgent. And it was small, but it was needed at that point. And it was 20K. But it get me at this 20K. I just say,
It's gone.
And then this is insufficient funds. And I needed one more. It took 1 month too. At that point, he hooked me. You know when it was needed.
Change your
so what I
habits.
do? So what I do is that as much as possible, and I would advise everybody, try to use the ATM of your bank.
Yeah.
Lesser issues, so that even if there are errors, it's easier to revert. And then if it takes longer, if it doesn't get back at the end of the day, it's easier to sort out.
Within your bank, because if it's an interbank issue, it has happened to me before.
To actually return within a stipulated
24
amount.
hours.
24 hours, but in 24 hours they don't, because I've had that issue before. Even recent, reminded me recently of some issue I had at the bank. So I went to the bank for a certain transaction, and because of the pandemic, you have to wait on till it gets to your turn. And then I saw this man, they're just walking in, and the security man was just letting it in, and I'm like, Mister. I don't understand why.
Who you?
And he's like, oh, that there's a VIP. I'm like, VIP. The minute I heard VIP, it was as if all the.
What do you mean? Those VIP have level. Get some VIP, we see. You can't do that.
Where's Mike? I said, and it was one of those days that I went to the bank because I wanted to do I needed to transfer.
Doesn't have an app.
A huge transfer. I'm like, do you know how much I am paying? Do you know why I'm here? Do you even know how much transaction I am?
Did you finally get in? Did he let you in?
Oh, he did.
Because
I'm like, I don't understand. Do we need to write the amount of monies that we are transacting on our foreheads before you? I'm the VIP.
You know how much VIP they won't take.
Yeah, but guess what?
I mean, VIP in my own right.
Get somebody to tell you, hey, madam, go with your money. We don't want to.
So you
try to go with your money.
Last week, Mike, I was going.
How much? Is it more than 100 million? Is it more than 100 million?
100 million is no money.
So people are transferring 1 billion.
Well, that one does not concern me.
So
honestly,
anyways, VIP even still has levels.
Exactly.
Because VIP even at some point you might still have to have a phone number of somebody at the top before they even answer.
I wish we could finish that, but hey, tell you guys what, let's take a break while you consider your worst financial transaction stories or something like that. Maybe you could even tell us about it. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'd like to hear and tell about it here on the show.